In 2013, Infinity Ward gave its fourth entry into the Call of Duty series, Call of Duty Ghosts. It was arguably one of the worst games of...
You know what? Let's just skip the whole script thing, because I just want to tell you how I feel about Infinite Warfare.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is the worst game since Call of Duty Ghosts. Honestly, I've been playing it for the last couple days, and I do remember Ghosts being pretty terrible, but it's kind of a toss-up. I'm really surprised at how terrible this game is. The first time I played it, I had no expectations, and they were met. I've never had something I expected become so true. I didn't want to play this game in the slightest, and me and a bunch of my friends just kind of played it, and I realized that it was just terrible. So I couldn't exactly leave it ignored. Honestly, what did anybody expect? I mean, this was the same company that made Ghosts, and I've heard a ton of arguments that Advanced Warfare is actually the worse Call of Duty than Ghosts, and I'm not hearing that argument for a second. I think that's baloney. But a lot of this video is going to be me probably also explaining why Advanced Warfare is better than Ghosts, and why this new game literally feels like the company that made Ghosts made another Call of Duty, and how it's just terrible again. I want you guys to keep in mind I am not talking about zombies, and I'm also not going to talk about campaign, because it's 2016. If I'm being completely honest, I don't care at all, except I will admit I played zombies and it was fun. It was actually a step up from what Black Ops 3 has given us. I actually thought the zombies were pretty cool, and the campaign I could not care about in the slightest. So, to the multiplayer. The first thing I want to talk about is plagiarism, because this game is littered with it. It's literally just taking from any other COD. This game is so barely original, it's terrible. Here's the winning circle, except now it shows the whole team. The winning circle looks dumb because there are 6 people standing there. It's not symmetric, it just looks lopsided and weird, and only the top 3 people matter in the first place, so that's all they should have put on there anyway. But you know, they just didn't want to plagiarize, so they decided to do it just a little bit different. And then there's the little taunting, and you know, the taunting in Black Ops 3 was pretty cool. It was original, it looked like something. I haven't seen a single taunt in this game that has A, looked good, B, didn't make me angry because it was stupid, and C, hasn't made me start laughing because the way they put away the guns looks so dumb and so forced. It's just hilarious. So that's the winner circle. Now the game has payloads. Payloads definitely aren't operators from Black Ops 3. They are different and each person has more abilities, but it's all the same. It's literally just guys with super special abilities that are gonna make you mad because all of a sudden there's a guy with a Ghostbusters particle gun and you're gonna be mad. It's what happens. They also added these extra abilities, which might as well have been called a 4th perk because they just act as a 4th perk and they're only specific to each person. So yeah, adding a lot there. The Quartermaster, that's kind of laughable because it's literally supply drops from Black Ops 3. It looks exactly the same. It costs exactly the same. The way you earn everything is exactly the same. It's the same thing. From Advanced Warfare, they ripped the better gun system where, you know, sometimes in these supply boxes you would get a gun that has different attributes and is better. Instead of the statistics being slightly messed with or additional attachments, now they have kind of better abilities and perks, and there's only like 4 for every gun. It's really stupid. At least you didn't know what you were getting in Advanced Warfare. You'd get some random gun, you'd be like, oh, this is really cool, or oh, this is really dumb. Now it's just, okay, you either get the common or the rare or the slightly more rare or the slightly more rare gun, and they're the same guns. It's really boring, and at the same time, it also gives advantages to players who have those advanced guns. I never earned an orange gun, but people who had orange guns destroyed me. The character customization is great. You do things, then you earn specific helmets and body attributes for your character. Definitely not like Black Ops 3 in any way. And speaking of Black Ops 3, The jetpack flying controls are exactly the same, except some of the mobility has been taken away, so sometimes you actually won't vault when you need to, and you'll fall off the map. I noticed that I fell off the map probably 3 times more than I ever did in Black Ops 3. Oh, and I love this creative class. It definitely does not resemble Advanced Warfare in any way. It is not the same at all, guys. It is brand spanking new. It's super clutch. So here's a few of the new things that the game added. None of the maps are good. I usually can find myself enjoying at least one map. None of them are good. They're all upsetting. I don't think there was a single time I voted for a map. I voted for random every time because there's nothing I wanted. To be fair, I can say Frontier was all right, but it was never great. It was just kind of okay. I never even felt good. Even once I had a 14 kill streak and I still felt not very happy about it. For absolutely no reason, there are no semi-automatic assault rifles in the game. I don't know if they figured that when they did the rifle thing in Ghost that soiled the idea forever, that they had too many. And don't talk to me about the fact that it's offered as a classic weapon. There should automatically be one that you should be able to unlock. That's crap. And while we're on the subject of classic weapons, they're not classic weapons. None of these guns have showed up in a COD before. That's ridiculous. They are all slightly off. They're not gonna feel the same. They're all different. You can say that they're classic, but they're not completely there. Sniping is terrible. The only thing I did during my entire playthrough was snipe, and I barely got used to it. It's stiff, awful. Getting used to it is just the worst, and I had a miserable time just trying to figure out how to snipe and how to get good at it, and no, sniping is terrible in this game, so that sucks. They added 2 new game modes, Frontline and Griffball. It's actually called Defender, but it's Griffball, don't be confused. So it's all right, and then Frontline is, I don't even know what Frontline is. It's weird, and I played it, and it was okay, I guess, but I also didn't really leave my base or do anything because it was whatever. Finally, they added a feature everybody wanted. When the game starts, you can actually slightly rotate your character right out of the gate. Oh wow, you can look at your other players. That's really impressive. They implemented a grenade that follows you. That's really great. It's definitely fun when you're in the middle of a firefight and then all of a sudden you see that little legged icon come up on the bottom of the screen. You're like, oh, that's great. I'm so glad they added something that's going to come and kill me, because that takes just tons of skill. For no reason, the game has 3 gun prestiges instead of 2, and also the rewards for prestiging are the worst. You get dog tags, then you get a little sticker that says DOA, and then you get a little skull. Like, I have never seen so little incentive for prestiging a gun. When the other CODs have prestiging guns, I mean, it's not amazing to put your crew emblem on there or your clan tag, but it's something that traces you back to the gun. Now it's just, okay, I got a dumb looking skull on it, and that means that my longbow is max prestige. All right, that's kind of terrible. It's really upsetting. I'm one of those people that automatically prestiges guns, and just to see how worthless it is to prestige guns, it's really aggravating. The one thing I noticed that was actually kind of hard to notice was when you unlock something, it's really hard to see that you actually unlock something on the top of the screen. It shows up for like 1 second and then disappears. I actually golded the longbow in my playthrough, and half the time I didn't even know that I had actually gotten another camo because it popped up so quick I didn't notice it because it's COD. I can't stare at the top of the screen and notice when this crap happens. I guess I'm gonna take a second here in the middle just to say what I've liked about playing the game. I like how after the match is over, the game doesn't just end. It's kind of cool that you can kill the people who are directly in front of you after the match is ended. I think that's pretty neat. And my absolute favorite thing about the game is the dying physics. And that's literally it. So now let's go into little tiny things that I noticed that kind of annoyed the crap out of me. So the point of having combat rigs is that you get into a suit and you use it. So what's the point of the robot? You don't go into a robot, you just control a robot. That's kind of stupid. At least in Black Ops 3, it wasn't that you were slotted into the position of the character, you were just whoever you were. So when it was a robot, you were a robot. But now I just imagine somebody remote controlling a robot. I like this guy's flat helmet. That's pretty cool. I like how in Frontier you're in space and the only lack of gravity comes from people dying. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The instant you die, you go into no gravity mode. Every time it shows a map intro, it's pointless. There's really no reason to ever show that because it has to show that the same way every time. And who cares? It's gonna happen every time, so why do you have to show it to me when I'm already in it? So let's go into some of the overarching themes of the game. As I already said, none of the maps are good. That ruins a lot of it for me. I mean, I have never had a COD where I haven't wanted to vote for at least one map. Even Ghosts, there were maps that were good, and I just don't want to play anywhere. I hate every map in this game. All of them suck. If they're any good, they're just kind of okay, and that's it. And of course, just like the people who would make Ghosts, the health is limited in this game, so prepare to die a lot. Ghosts had to fix that at one point where they literally added a game mode where you had more health because so many people hated it. So they just brought it back. It's like they didn't even learn from their mistakes. And just like dying too quickly, an aspect that's actually become a problem in all Call of Duties, assault rifles are basically the only option for a gun that is feasible. Assault rifles are worth it, that from basically any range, they are too destructive and are the only thing that you might as well use. I would much rather snipe with the starting assault rifle than I would with any of the sniper rifles. Because seriously, it's more effective when you have so little health. Literally, an assault rifle is all you need. You don't even need a sniper rifle. It's like light machine guns are too clunky. Can't use them. Submachine guns don't work at long enough ranges. Shotguns are terrible. I could not use any of the shotguns. Maybe it's because the good pump action you get in 47, which I didn't even get to use because I don't want to play the game that much. That sucks. And to counteract dying too quickly, the game is too stiff. It just feels awkward to play, and COD is not something that should ever feel awkward. COD is one of the best flowing first-person shooters ever made, and this game feels stiff. This game almost doesn't even feel like a Call of Duty. That's how stiff and off. And finally, I'm going to address Modern Warfare Remastered right here. If you think that you need to spend $80 to get Modern Warfare by itself, do not do it. I also played it, and it's not fun. The thing is it's more fun than Infinite Warfare because there's this part of your brain that jumps into nostalgia mode and it gets really excited the instant that you're playing this game and you're using it. But it's also stiff and clunky. Like, it's not even a good remaster. The game does not feel well, and I've heard too many people defend it when really it should be held to the same standards of Infinite Warfare. The game is not fun. And the thing is it plays completely different from COD 4 because 9 years ago, people did not play COD the same way. So now, instead of it being extremely fun, it's really annoying. You get frustrated constantly. You keep dying. People know how to exploit kill streaks and make it upsettingly frustrating. And the 10 map thing is absolutely ridiculous. There is no excuse that they didn't release every map when the game came out. In December, that's meaningless crap. Everything should have come out with the game when it came out. At the same time, if you saw my top 20 maps of all time, Shipment was number 1, and nothing is going to ruin that more than being able to play on Shipment all the time, like it's nothing. It would really ruin the effect of how rare it was to play there and how great of an experience it is. We'd become numb to it, and it wouldn't become fun anymore. At the very least, I'm very happy I didn't end up actually buying Infinite Warfare. It's not even close to the value, especially with Modern Warfare Remastered. It makes me nervous if they're going to do this with Modern Warfare 2 or with World at War, because I'm not going to totally put this on Infinity Ward or on Raven or whoever made this remaster. I don't think it's a good idea to remaster these games. When I played the remaster, I just wanted to get Xbox Live back, and I wanted to play COD 4 on my 360 again. I did not want to play it on a PS4. I guess we just need to hold companies more credible than this, because this is ridiculous. And maybe it'll make us take a step back and not automatically pre-order these games. I'm sure a lot of you probably got stymied into buying this game in the first place just because of the remaster, which is unfortunate because this COD is the worst. But I guess the Ghosts Advanced Warfare argument is Ghosts was probably closer to a standard Call of Duty at the time, and then Advanced Warfare added jet boosters. I will not say that the jet boosters were great. I remember after Black Ops 3 came out, I ended up playing Advanced Warfare one more time and realizing that, yeah, the jet boosters were very clunky and super awkward. But the thing was it was a start, and that year when Advanced Warfare was the newest game out, it was really fun, and the guns did feel like COD guns. These guns now, they don't feel like anything. And the funny thing about Ghosts in Advanced Warfare, which this is actually not a problem with Infinite Warfare, because I did gold a gun, but the problem was that the challenge systems were terrible. In Advanced Warfare, you had to get 80 long shots. That's ridiculous. I had to get 25 long shots with a longbow, and that itself was too many. So 80 was kind of crazy. Ghost went off the rails on stuff you had to do in order to gold a gun. Too much of it was you got to do leaning kills and sliding kills, and it was a mess. So take my word for it, guys. Infinite Warfare is absolutely not worth it for a purchase. I don't think Zombies isn't worth it for the $80, especially when everything else is just terrible. Leave this one out. Don't even get it when it's cheap. It's not even going to be worth it. So take it easy, guys.